don't know if I have the strength for this. I really don't. I don't know if I have the energy, the willpower, or simply the rage when I explain what I went through tonight. So, just for a quick update, everyone, I'm sick. Yes, I'm dying. I'm not dying. I got the cold, and I decided tonight would be a great night to do a new video. This game is Slay the Spire 2. It's a lot like Slay the Spire 1, but it's number 2. What's the difference between number 1 and number 2 is this one's multiplayer, but also it was released earlier this year instead of 6 years ago. So yeah. Now, I'm going through a conundrum, everyone. I have recorded 3 videos on this game in the past hour. I did not check to see if my microphone was on. And now I have to restart from the beginning because I forgot to turn my microphone on. Can we get an applause in the chat, guys? Everyone, give us a round of applause. Clap their hands. Cool guy did a stupid. He did a dum-dum. So now we're gonna restart. No, I don't want a tutorial. I already played. So for everyone that hasn't played Slay the Spire before, it is a card game with monsters that you beat up. There's simple little things in this game. You can choose your route on the map, the world map. You can choose what you want to face, what you want to come across, and what you want to fight in the future. Best way to do that is to pick the right path of either the enemies of most resistance or least resistance. The more enemies you go through, the more cards you get. And the more elites you go through, the more relics you get. You might be wondering, what's a relic? Cool guy, what's a relic? I don't know what a relic is. I need you to tell me. A relic is these cool little things you can get after facing elites. Unless you're a fighter character, you always start off with 1 relic. And that is always an option. Now, these relics, such as my relic, called Burning Blood, at the end of combat heal 6 HP. You might be wondering, that's not a lot. Now, keep in mind, that's a very powerful relic. So if you go a whole round without taking any damage and you heal that 6 HP back, after getting into a fight where you lose a lot of HP, you can slowly but surely start fucking healing and getting back to full health. And I know, it's all theoretical, but you can become strong in this game, and I will show you how. Now, over to our right, we have our legend board. You have your unknowns. They're the question marks. You can either come across really lucky stuff like loot and relics and cards, or you come across really bad things like fighting random enemies. Or you can come across little curses where you can lose cards or gain debuffs, really. And the magical thing about that is if you get debuffs, you start dying. And that wasn't fake, that was very real. I have a sore throat, but I'm gonna push through and do this video for all of you. As far as I can see, I'm recording. Boom. My audio is coming through the microphone. Can you hear me? Can you hear my little voice coming through the microphone? Yes, you can. And I will slowly, step by step, show you how this game is simply just won. So, we're going to go up the middle. I don't know how else to do it. We'll just go up the middle, start fighting these guys. Alright. There are 4 types of cards in this game. There are strikes, defends, well, attack, defend, power, and then skill. Now, your skills can sometimes be a one-time use, but your power cards can be a multiple use type card. At the moment, we only have strikes and defends in our deck. This is where you check out your deck by clicking on this little deck of cards. It's also D on your keypad. I nearly said D-pad. Alright. But the more fights you go through, the more cards you can obtain and the stronger you get. So for now, we're going to defend and attack, because the more health we keep throughout our games, the stronger we could possibly be. Now, I can beat up this guy a fair bit. And as you can see, behind my head, you probably won't be able to see, is the end turn and my discard pile. The discard pile will just show you when you have cards in the discard pile, and then when you run out of cards in your draw pile, your discard pile goes back to your draw pile. So that can be a factor that can really help you out later in the game if you want to strategize how you want to handle certain enemies. Or you can just remember it's not that deep and just fucking annihilate these little angry axolotl motherfuckers. Now that we have won the battle, we get rewards. We get normally given gold and a card to select. Sometimes you can get potions. That's right, you heard me. Potions. That didn't happen. You didn't hear that. That wasn't real. Alright. We can choose from these 3 cards, or we can skip it. We don't have to take these cards. We can just choose to get better cards, but sometimes these cards can be really powerful. At the moment, we are playing a guy that works a lot with strength, so I'm going to do Setup Strike. I know I should have read every card, but I guess I'm a bit mad that I didn't get to keep my last save. So that is something, I guess. I'm going to hit you. Now I have 2 strength, I can do a lot more damage. I can apply defend, and then I can kill you. Now, once I'm out of energy, which I should have explained, you get energy to play cards. I should have explained that first, sorry. But I'm explaining it now. It's okay. This officially is my first time explaining it. Last times didn't exist. You don't know about them. They're not real. They didn't happen. But this is your energy bar. You have 3 energy each round. You can get things that boost energy, decrease your energy, or simply get cards that cost certain amounts of energy, like your defends and your strikes. They all have 1 energy each. There is 1 card in my deck that costs 2 energy, which is my bash. There are some cards in the game that cost 0 energy, some of them that cost 4 energy. And I hate to say this, but there are some cards in this game that cost 9 energy. I want you to think about that. But don't think about it too much, because then you'll start hurting your brain. And we don't want that. We don't want your brains to be hurt. Alright, I blocked all that. No damage was taken. Now I have to think about how I want to go forward with my whole battle. Do I want to defend myself and do a little bit and take a little bit of damage, or do I want to do a lot of damage and then take a lot of damage at the same time? I will defend myself. That is what I'll do. And attack this one guy in the back, because he's kind of low in health and I can take him on. I took 2 damage right there directly to my HP. That's okay though, I don't need it. It's not important. Alright, I got that slime out of my card pile. This strategic attack, he can throw slimed into your draw pile, and then that will take up 1 card slot in your deck. Sometimes it's best to exhaust them by playing them and you get to draw 1 new card, but if they keep on adding up, you can slowly start losing these games. That's why you want to try and play these games where you can start dealing a lot of damage before all those cards start adding up. And I know it can be scary, but if you take your time and you bash the fuck out of these little fucks and then punch them in the face, then you heal and you don't have to worry about the slime cards anymore. Alright, now I'll read through each of these cards to make you feel better. Breakthrough. Lose 1 HP and deal 9 damage to all enemies. That sounds pretty good. It's only 1 HP. It's not bad. But you gotta remember, this is a game where you have to think about your HP. So I'm gonna avoid Breakthrough. I could get Inflame. That's a power card. I mentioned that earlier. You'll remember it. This can give me 2 strength for the rest of the game. That could be pretty good. Or I could get Anger. And Anger is a 0 cost card. Basically, every time I use Anger, it does 6 damage and adds a copy of this card to my deck. Now that can be really broken if I have a lot of block cards, that cost energy, these little fuckers will cost me nothing, which is really good. But I have to be careful because the more I use, the more they show up in my deck. And then the more that show up in my deck, the more cards I don't get to use as well. But they're 0 cost, so that's a bonus. Oh my god. It's an egg. Now, let's read this together. Bridonus Nest. Birdonus. Birdonus? Bridonus? I don't know. I'm going to say Birdonus. That's how it sounds in my head. I'm going to say it like that. You spot an enormous shambling beast to chase off an injured green bird. In the alcove the bird fled from, a single unguarded egg lays abandoned. Your stomach gurgles. Ooh. We could eat the egg and gain 7 max HP, or we can take the egg and hatch it at a campfire. Now you're wondering, why would I take the egg and go to a campfire? I will show you why. There is a campfire right there. There is a shop right there. There is a mystery right here. So that's what I'm saying. You go to the unknowns and they can give you little mysteries. Just like this one. I can heal 9 HP, or I can get, the first time you play this card, each combat, gain a additional energy. That's what I'm talking about. We want those. I'm going to put that on my anger, because the more I use them, the more I get to do more of those things. And then I get more energy, and then it pays for itself. Okay. One thing I should mention in this game, there are things like merchants, there are unknowns, there are treasures, there's a rest site, there's enemies, there's elites. Each of them have their own bonus and negative effects. Some elites have really strong enemies that have really strong powerful attacks that you've got to be careful of. Some of them can give you relics. Those relics can be really handy later on. Now, I want to go this way just so maybe I can have more chances of going to other campfires and doing other things. So I'm going to take the right path. Oh my god, is that a stink bug? Fucking hate stink bugs. Get out of here, you little shit. Now I'm going to explain every time I do something. I'm just going to let you watch and understand that I like beating things up. So I'm going to attack this guy, get some strength, use my anger, and then beat him to death, so I don't have to deal with him later on. See? This is the loot that I got from facing a basic enemy. I got a fire potion and a brand new card. Now, these three different cards, I should say. You have some cards that are stronger than other cards. Obviously, Dismantle looks very strong, but when you do the math, when you play this card, if the enemy has vulnerable, it hits twice. So the enemy has to have vulnerable. That's something you have to keep in mind. And we don't have many things that apply vulnerable. Just one card. So I have to use this just so this one can be useful. So that's not that great. And then only and only then will this one attack twice. But if I use it without vulnerable on an enemy, it only does 8 damage. Or I could get Iron Wave and block 5 damage and deal 5 damage. Or I could get Cinder that deals 18 damage and exhausts 1 random card. I'm going to take the more damage because we're going to fight a lot stronger enemies and we don't want to fuck around with not doing damage. Alright, I'm going to do this. These guys. Okay, before I fight these guys, so you understand what's going on. Hold up, camera. Don't blur out my face. My dick is not on screen. Yeah, motherfucker. Sorry. Swearing is not good. These guys have some really annoying little shits on them called Slippery. So, if I go to hit them, they only lose 1 HP. So, I have to hit them multiple times to get rid of the slither and to do actual damage. So, that's something I have to be careful with. But, if I attack them with all basic attacks this turn, then that does do a lot of damage. I have a fire potion. If I throw it at this motherfucker in the middle, he dies. So get wrecked, you little shit. Now I'll only take 1 damage. See, that's just strategize, and you're right. Alright. I don't like this whole setup, but I'll get that off him, and then can't do much damage to this guy, but I will like just hit him. Just for the sake of hitting him. I will take a lot more damage this round though. Alright. I can do this. And then these. Fuck yeah. See? 97 health. No, 79 health. Fucking, I don't know what's going on with me. I'm having a terrible day. Stomp looks really good. That attacks a lot of enemies. Now I can hatch my egg. Fuck yes. Alright. Bird Swoop. Fuck yeah, that does 14 damage and it costs 0 energy. That's kind of cool. See, that's another relic that we unlocked. So, the more you do, the better stuff you get. Now, I'm gonna fight this enemy, and then I'll... Oh my god, I got a little bird. Fuck yeah. Look at that little guy, he's so cool. Alright, the thing with Stomp, I should have read this first. This is why I took Stomp, because I played the last couple times, and Stomp, each time you do an attack, it costs 1 less energy. So I'll show ya. 1 strike. 2 strikes. 3 strikes. Now, it costs a lot less. And now, I will be taking 8 damage this time, but this motherfucker just took, like, a shit ton of damage. He took, like, literally, like, 51 damage. That's cray. That's cray-cray. Just in one go, I did that much damage, and it didn't cost me fuck all. Alright, I'm gonna vulnerable this guy, and then slap him. See, he's already nearly dead because of my powerful attack scheme. I'm just that smart. Boom, he's dead. And then I heal my energy back. I heal my health back, I meant to say. Alright, set up strike, or we can get a rage. Rage is really good, so... Rage is good for when you have no proper defend cards. You can use this to get block for each attack you use in a turn. It does not carry over into other turns, but it's still pretty fucking good. Alright, I'm going to avoid the shop for now, and I'm going to go to the right. I know, go to the merchant, buy some stuff, but no. For now, I need to, like, do some damage. Alright, who do I want to kill first? You're applying a debuff, but you do a lot of damage. What's more important, the debuff or the damage? I'll take out the front guy. Get out of here, bitch. And now I just simply take 1 damage from gaining some block. And now I'm frail, so I can't block too much now, which really sucks. I do not like that. I will attack this guy in the back for doing that now, because he's a bitch. Then I stomp on everyone, and I still have 1 energy to, like, use a block, which I don't need to do, because this guy's just going to make himself stronger. You think you're stronger than me, huh? Well, I gotta tell you something. I'm gonna be cheeky and use a potion. That'll give me 2 strength, so boom, and then a boom. You're dead. You're fucking dead, bitch. They couldn't even kill me. I'm the best. Alright. Battle Trance. Draw 3 cards. You cannot draw additional cards this turn. Or, I can get Uppercut that does 13 damage, apply 1 weak, and apply 1 vulnerable. Or, I could take True Grit, which gives me 7 block, but exhausts 1 random card. Now, Battle Trance could be kinda handy in times like these. Because, what if I get cards that I don't want to play? Exactly. Battle Trance is gonna save me. Alright. This is a treasure chest. When you come across these on the map... Oh wait, camera, stop blurring. You get random relics from these treasure chests. That is alright. I like plating. That will be really handy. Now, this is a very important thing you have to start strategizing. The more elites I face, the more relics I'll get. But the less I face, the less relics and the more cards I'll get. Now, I'm going to go to the mystery one. This has now put me up against a regular old enemy. That's okay. I'm not stressing. You're stressed. I'm all legit. I'm gonna kill this guy. You watch. I'll do this, and then I'll do a big old swoop. And then I'll get 4 block from my plating, which my relic gives me. See, relics are handy. They just give you little things. Okay, you see, I don't like much of what I just got, so now I can play Battle Trance, and then I have my Stomp available. So I can use my Angle to smack him. I can use my Cinder. That's a lot. No! My Stomp! I needed that! You fucking bitch! Ugh! Fuck! That's the risk with taking certain cards that exhaust random cards in your deck. Fucking joking. I needed that, man. I'll kill that guy. Oh my god, that was so bad. I'll do a defend and strike. That's so bad. I needed that card. What the fuck, game? The RNG on that shit is fucking terrifying. And I'll hit this motherfucker with my anger. I heal to full health, but still, fuck. I wanted to do something cool there. Whirlwind's pretty good. Alright, so you will come across cards like Whirlwind here. Whirlwind deals 5 damage for all enemies, and it costs X amount. Now you're probably wondering, what's X amount? That actually stands for how much energy you have. So if you have 3 energy, and it attacks all enemies 5 damage for X amount, that's 15 damage if I have, you know, 3 energy. If I have 6 energy, that does 30. If I have 9 energy, that's like, I don't know, 45. It's pretty good. So I will keep that just in case I get some cool relics. Oh my god, it's a big bird. No! Oh no! I'm gonna heal. That's my birdie's mama. I don't want to have to kill it. What the fuck? I'm so sorry, little birdie. I'm gonna have to kill your mama. Oh no! Oh no! What am I doing? This is gonna make me a monster. Alright, I'm gonna use the energy potion to get some more energy, and then I'm gonna attack with this. Look at that. Look at that damage. That was so much damage. Oh, I take a lot of damage here. I didn't take... Okay, I took your baby. That is on me. I did take your baby. I am a piece of shit. I'm gonna defend myself, though, because you ran off to attack a random creature. That's on you. I gave your baby some defense, is what I'm saying. Attack that. Do that. Slump. And then I'll block. Alright, 16 block against 19 isn't bad. I do take 3 damage though. I am so sorry, Mama Bird. You have 2 eyes? Where's your 2 eyes? You only have 1 eye. But it's cool that I have a pet bird. And I'll just kill... Alright. Alright, baby bird, do you have anything to say to your mama before I kill her? You know what? Never mind. I'm the Mama Bird now. This is an imposter. She wasn't there for you when you were vulnerable. I was. I hatched you. I am your mother. Okay, let's read these cards. Bludgeon costs 3 energy but does 32 damage. That could be really fucking powerful. Or I could get a Pyre and it gains 1 energy at the start of each turn. That could be really fucking good. Or Evil Eye. Gain 8 block. Gain another 8 block if you have exhausted a card this turn. That doesn't really work too well. I like Pyre. Pyre will be pretty good. Alright, now we go to the campfire. These campfires are pretty good. You can either rest at the campfires. They'll heal for a certain amount of HP. 30% half the time. Or you can upgrade a card in your deck by using the smithing station. I like to upgrade cards because certain upgrades are really strong. Like, I could upgrade this, it does 18 damage. I can upgrade this, it does 15 damage to all enemies. Or I can upgrade this, Whirlwind, and does 8 damage to all enemies, which isn't that good. So I'll upgrade my Pyre, and that'll give me 2 energy at the start of each turn. If I play the card, that is. Oh, what the fuck is that? Frog Parasite. That's gross as shit, man. I'm gonna attack the fuck out of that thing. Ugh. Oh, I did not just see it do that. That was fucking disgusting. That was really fucking disgusting. I'm gonna use my potion because I don't want to take damage this turn. Fuck you. That's really fucking gross, man. I can't believe you just did that. That's really fucked up. Alright, now I can do 5. I'll quickly do this and use my anger. And then boom, 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 boom. Alright. Get wrecked, you fucking... Oh my god! I wasn't ready for that. Oh my god, I didn't know that they fucking did that. It turned into a bunch of little parasites. That's fucking gross. They're all stunned, but they're not gonna be next turn. That's so gross. Alright, just so everyone knows, if you don't want to see stuff like wriggly worms, you can go up to your settings and put on phobia mode. And that will make them less disgusting to look at. But I want to stay to 100% effectiveness of the game, so I'm going to keep the phobias on. I could do Stomp and just kill them all, honestly. Like, I don't even have to do much there. Oh, that was so fucking gross, though. That thing exploded. Alright. Pillage. Deal 6 damage. Draw cards until you draw a non-attack card. I do have a lot of attacks, but I don't want to risk it. Alright. Rampage. Deal 9 damage. Increase this card's damage by 5 this combat. That's not that good. Flame Barrier. We do need more defend cards, honestly. Alright, let's... Alright, guys. This is our merchant. I'm gonna name him... Dave. Yeah, Dave. I'm Dave the Merchant. Hey, Dave. How you doing? Dave sells us cards, colorless cards, relics that could be really good, potions, and he can even remove a card for us. Alright, so happy flower every 3 turns, gain an energy. Alright, that's not that good. Screaming flagon. If you end your turn with no cards in your hand, deal 20 damage to all enemies. That could be really good. Thorns can be pretty good. I like thorns. So if we get attacked, then we can basically do damage. Like, if you get attacked, you do, like, so much damage back. And I'm gonna get Happy Flower, because the more relics, the better, honestly. Alright. What do we want to do here? Do we want to rest or for 4 health? Or do we want to upgrade a card? I think we upgrade a card. That's 5 block. I still can't draw more cards from that. 24 damage, holy shit. Or Stomp does 15 damage. Or Anger. We can make our Anger 8 damage. So if we get multiple Angers, we get energy plus... Yeah, it duplicates itself. Or the Strength, that's 9. Don't want to upgrade any of these, that'll be a waste. I think I'm going to upgrade my Anger, because I think the more strength it has, the better. Alright. We're finally facing the final boss. Oh my god, mate. Okay, we need to talk about this. My camera hates my face. It keeps on blurring it out every couple seconds, and it makes me feel really bad. I'm not pulling my weenie out on screen, so I don't know why it's blurring my face out at all. What the fuck, game? Alright. I'm sure you might be noticing, this guy kind of looks like the little cat things we versed earlier, because he has the fucking slippery. I'm gonna kill this motherfucker for just simply existing. I have to attack him though 8 more times before I can start doing damage to him. Otherwise he just does that. Alright, I'm gonna use my rage. I'm gonna do this. And then I'm gonna be super smart and use my whirlwind. And that will knock down so much of that block. That will be so much block just gone. And I also get some shielding from it. So fuck you. Stupid fucking... Oh. Why is it getting bigger? What the fuck? Use my anger. And then I'm gonna attack. I can use a couple of defense here actually. And whack, whack, and stomp! Alright, 16 block ain't that bad. Now, this is a final boss. You've got to remember, these guys can be difficult to kill. But if you do it right, you can slowly but surely start kicking their asses willy-nilly and not even stress about it. Alright. Alright, there's our anger that we used earlier. We're going to throw up some defense. We're going to attack, block, block. We have 5 energy now, which is so fucking handy. Alright. What is this guy's name? Vantum. Okay, Vantum. Now, I don't want to do anything bad to you, Vantum, but you kinda annoy me. So, I'm gonna... I'm just gonna kill you, bro. I'm sorry. You're dead. You're so gonna die. Like, you have no chance of surviving. I have already been through the shitter with all my anger issues. I'm gonna fucking take it out on you. I'm just gonna fucking stomp you in. Get wrecked. Yes. Alright. We beat the boss. Fuck yes. Alright, we'll pick a card. Whew. These are your legendary cards, by the way. You can tell by the golden shit hanging around them. I'll read each one of them out, and then we'll pick a good card, and then we'll go from there. Alright. Primal Force. Transform all attacks in your hand into giant rocks. Those giant rocks cost 1 energy, but they do 16 damage each. That could be really strong. Demon Form. Costs 3 fucking energy, but at the start of your turn, gain 2 strength. That could be really good. Or Thrash. Deal 4 damage twice, exhaust a random card in your hand and add its damage to this card. Now, that could be good if I had like a really strong card, but that's a lot of RNG logic right there. But if I take Primal Force, once I use it, I can turn strikes into something much stronger and fucking dominate. So I'm taking Primal Force. Alright, we'll proceed. We beat our first boss. Now, I am going to call it there for this episode. Just to simply double check that nothing went wrong. And so I can keep these videos short. So for all those that want to watch these videos, you can simply just enjoy a simple 30-minute episode. I don't want to be posting 1-hour videos on this until I have friends that I can do multiplayer with. And until then, you can all enjoy. But until then, be sure to like, be sure to subscribe, and be sure to tell everyone that you know about these videos. I hope that I explained to the best of my ability what this game is about and what you can do in this game. If I did not, be sure to just come back to the next episode and be sure... I don't know. I just mind blanked. Whoa. That was a massive headache. Ooh. I'm joking. Don't, just be sure to enjoy the next video. Alright guys. I'll catch you all later. I'm out.